again from Central Virginia. Again, it's early September and the harvest is coming in strong. So I am today going to take some of the peppers that I picked. I've got a nice bunch of red peppers here, hot peppers, and I am going to dehydrate them. So let's go ahead and get started. This is a simple process. If you don't have a dehydrator, you can also do this in the lowest setting of your oven, but it takes a long time. So in reality, an oven is not necessarily that efficient in terms of energy use, and you're tying up that oven for a good while. But I've done it that way, just setting it as low as possible, and it takes at least 9 hours, preferably more like 12 to 14 hours to dry these peppers because they're pretty juicy inside. There are a couple of precautions that you need to take. I never slice peppers without using some gloves. It just is too possible to get them on everything. And I do it all at once so that I don't run the risk of putting my hands on something and accidentally touching my eye or doing that with my hair. I need to get that out of my eyes right now because it will bother me as I do this. So let me show you what peppers we're working with today. Today I have 3 kinds of peppers. These are serranos. These are Carolina cayenne. And I just have a few of the Peruvian peppers here. I am going to put these on different racks just so I, if I want to store them separately, I can do that. Or I might end up blending them all together. I'm just not so sure. I'm also going to have my rack close by, and I'm going just to slice these up and put them on the dehydrator rack. I'm going to chop them about like this. I'm not removing the seeds. The seeds are going to add heat to these. Oh boy, there's a lot of juice in these. Just going to load them up on the rack as we go. If you get one that is a little bit like this, it's got just an ever so much, it feels like maybe it's starting to go bad, I'm not going to use that. Likewise, any pepper that shows signs of splits or holes from bugs, you don't want to use that either. One of the important things I've learned is to make sure that you don't overcrowd your whatever it is you're drying. It does much better if it gets a lot of circulation, air circulation around. So I've got my cayennes in here, and I'm just going to take these little ají amarillo ones. I'm just going to split them like this. They dry much quicker, and I'm going to put them on the tray. 135 for 10 hours. That's for starters. All right, so the peppers are now dried. Once the peppers are sufficiently dried, what I do with them, I will just store them in a jar as they are, and I use them along the way. I will also likely take some of these peppers and make a hot pepper blend with them. And to do that, I just grind them up in a coffee grinder. And that makes a fine powder. Here's some of the ground powder that I made, chili powder from the ají amarillo peppers, the Peruvian peppers previously. And you can see how it turns out. It's it's potent still. So it is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful way to store your peppers, and they will keep like that for a very long time. So with these peppers, I will just blend them together and make a hot pepper mix like this. And I use this for so many different things. So this is what I made previously, and it keeps going. You can also store this if you really wanted to make sure it stays super fresh. You can store this in the freezer. The way that I grind up my peppers is pretty simple. I use a coffee grinder, and the way to make sure that your peppers don't smell like coffee and your coffee doesn't smell like peppers is just to take some plain white rice, and before you grind your peppers, grind up that white rice in there, wipe that out really well, and that will absorb the coffee smell so that when you put your peppers in to grind, it won't smell like coffee. Then when you're done, it's super important, because the peppers are super hot, to take more white rice, put it into your coffee grinder, grind it up, wipe it out. I actually sometimes do that twice just to make sure I get all the pepper oil out of there, so my coffee does not taste spicy. I like things spicy, but I don't like my coffee spicy. Thanks for watching. This is what I do with my plethora of hot peppers. Take care. Bye.